Now we're going to talk about the code. All of the code is stored in this folder. If we double click on photo, we can see here views.py. This is where all of the functionality works. And inside the templates folder, there's index.html. Inside there, it decides what the website will look like. Let's first open the views.py. We can see at the beginning all the libraries that we use. For example, we use the Django to run the website. We use OS to read the files inside the folder. We use PRL for getting the GPS information. We use PYEXIV2, which is the most important one here, to actually write the metadata, change the metadata of pictures. And here, this photo is a huge function that once you open the website, it's going to call this function. And after all the functions inside, after all the calculation inside, it will eventually generate called index.html and pass all those values to the website so that the website can actually show those values. So if we go back to the first line, the first line is to generate an array of file names by walking through all the images under static images under this folder. And then we have a few lines to set all the values to be 0 or none before we actually call any function so that it could be passed to the website. And then all of those lines are used to get the input of the text. So for example, this one is whenever the button submit is clicked, it would generate text equal to whatever you typed in the text box. Same happen here for the image descript. It will generate the key text from whatever you type in the website in the text box. And then for the CSV one, it's a little bit different because this one text is actually reading whatever information you stored in the CSV file. And then we come to the functions. The first function is submit. What we have here follow the PYEXIV2 coding style. It follows that grammar. So the first thing they do is to read the metadata, and then you select the key. In this case, we choose the image description, and then finally we write whatever is in the text into that key. Same thing happened for the CSV change. The only difference is instead of image description, we're using user comment. And instead of using text from the text input, we are getting it from example.csv file. And the next one is image description. Inside here, we're trying to search a certain string inside image description. So first of all, it will read whatever is inside the image, and then it will compare if what we want is in the image description or not. If it's not, then it will generate an array of the file names that we want to delete, and then it will eventually delete those file names from the original file names array, and then it will return the file names. So that's how the search works. The same thing happened for the user comment. The only difference is instead of image description, it has user comment over here. And the next one is to get the GPS information from the images using Python image library. First of all, we got all the EXIF data from the images, and then we'll convert from the GPS coordinates stored in the EXIF to the degrees that we want to use. And then this one is gonna return a latitude and longitude. And over here are all the functions that we call from the website. So once you click a button, it will eventually call certain functions. For example, this one, once the button submit is clicked, it will check which checkboxes are checked, and then for those ones, it will pass it to the function submit. The same thing happened for the CSV. And for GPS, it's a little bit different, but the main idea is the same. The only difference is that we're actually getting latitude and longitude. And those two are just simply calling the function to search inside the image description or search inside the user comment. And after all of those is done, you will pass those values back to the website again. And now let's take a look at the website. So first of all, one important thing is you have to load the static files for Django. This is a little bit tricky. You have to Google it. But after you're done, it's pretty easy. Then there are a lot of lines here for the style. And inside the style, that's how we make the checkbox to look like this. Once you click it, it will shrink the size and it will have a little check mark on the top left. Those are all achieved in the style. And then here we have the title, Earthquake Photos. Just like here over here, it's called Earthquake Photos. And then we have the text, search text box here. We have the submit button for searching image description or searching for the user comment. And then we have a place here over here to change the key text that you search. So after you search it, you actually know what you searched. And then we have a map here. This is when we put a map over there. And over here was the check select all button. It's a image used as a checkbox. And in the function here is how we use the map, Google Map. If you have any question about that, you can just Google the Google Map. They have a great tutorial for you to look at, and those codes are not too hard, and you should be able to get them if you go through the tutorial. And then this is a script for the select all button. And now we go to the table. So all of those thumbnail file name, that's inside the table. So the first row was simply typed as thumbnail or file name, and then it will go through a for loop to go through all the file names, and then it will show the image as a checkbox, just like what we did for the select all button. It will also have a column for the file names, and then we'll end the for loop. So this brings us to the bottom. We have the text input. This is